May I?
Of course. He really?
I beg your pardon?
Oh no, sorry. I was just talking to my,
To that little box of yours, I presume?
yeah. It's my collection of...
A collection! That's interesting. I happen to be a collector myself.
Oh. That's nice.
So, what's in it?
Lots of stuff. But mostly questions.
Questions?
What are you collecting?
Oh, nothing quite so eccentric. Just a good old-fashioned collection of answers.
Oh.
Do you have something against answers?
No. Nothing like that. It's just that I would never trade a question for an answer. I can't really see the long-term profit.
Long-term profit? What do you mean?
Well, answers, as I see it, are useful to have around, but kind of boring too. I mean, they don't seem to participate in the ever-transforming dance of the whole universe as we are. Sticking with them means you lose out on most of the fun. Reality can change as easily as the way you care to see it. An answer, static in nature as it is, refers to one frozen snapshot of that reality. Its value can only go down. Today's treasure could be tomorrow's garbage. Questions, on the other hand, seem to keep up with the dance, and if anything, their value can grow. It makes little sense to collect anything that could lose value over time. Don't you think?
Well, I think that such radical ideas belong to youngsters such as yourself.
Radical? Really?
How is it even possible to maintain such a collection? I mean, it's common knowledge that questions are always on heat to mate with answers. Everybody knows they rarely survive the mating process.
That's true. It can be hard at times. All I can do is train them as well as I can and hope for the best.
And? Does it work?
I can't complain. My questions are getting along quite peacefully with my answers. Most of the...
Gotcha! So you do collect answers after all.
But of course, everybody does. You need answers to base decisions on, decisions that lead to actions. We wouldn't do much of anything if we were always indecisive. All I am saying is that I see no point in treasuring them. That's all. Once you see that an answer is not serving its question properly anymore, it should be tossed away. It's just their natural life cycle. They usually kick and scream, raising one hell of a ruckus when we ask them to leave. Especially when they have been with us for a long time. You see, too many actions have been based on those answers, too much work and energy invested on them. They feel so important, so full of themselves. They will answer to no one, not even to their initial question. What's the point if a wrong answer will stop you from returning to the right question? Although sometimes people have no questions to return to, which is usually why they defend them with such strong conviction. That's exactly why I am extra cautious with all these big ol' answers that have been lying around long before we came along. They bully their way into our collection without being invited by any questions of our own. We accept them just because they have satisfied the questions of so many before us, seeking the questions which fit them instead. My favorite kind of answers are those that my questions give birth to, questions that I managed to keep safe long enough to do so. These baby answers might seem insignificant in comparison at first, but they are of a much better quality. They mean no harm to our questions. After all, they are family, and they make no fuss when you discard them.
I see you have already gave it a lot of thought. But what about worthless questions, lad? Are you going to tell me that they are all worth keeping just because they are questions?
Well, in a way, yes. For me, at least.
Huh? I'm sitting here listening to your endless gabble, and never occurred to me that you have, well, lost your marbles.
Just think about it for a second. The only way a question can prove itself worthy is by attracting a better question. You're never empty-handed. What does an unworthy answer leave you with?
So, what's supposed to be the meaning behind all this? Is there one?
Meaning? I don't know. Maybe the lack of one meaning is exactly what gives everything the chance to have one. Maybe having all the answers is like wishing for the end of all meaning. You know, not the kind of practical answers to questions like, what's the length of this bench, but whether the people sitting on it are living their lives towards some cosmic purpose or not. That's the kind of answers I am talking about. Answers to the most worth asking questions, which ironically are not meant to be answered regardless of our great effort to do so. Definitive answers to such questions would rob us of our freedom. Freedom of choosing what's worthy and what's not, acting on faith, changing your mind, and being responsible for all these choices. It makes good sense, too. What's the main condition to sustain infinite potential such as ours, if not a big question mark always out of our reach? The big carrot that always keeps us on the move. Always becoming, never complete.
Oh boy. You sure like to talk. Tell me, is this fancy speech of yours just a time-consuming way of saying to my face that I'm collecting garbage?
Me? No! I mean, I don't know that. Do you?
That's enough, young man. I've heard enough. I am taking my answers and leaving.
But...
And since you like questions so much, here's one for you. If worthless answers are the only thing that leads to actions, the one thing that makes things actually happen, what's the real use of your precious questions and crazy theories to the world out there anyway? Good day.
That's a keeper. Did you hear that? I just found you a new friend to play with.